Hey guys, it's Andy here. Just a quick video, just showing how things are going. Just want to show this. So right now, we're at 56 watts. Now I turn on the lights, and it jumps up to 87, which means that this thing is balancing right now. If we look, we're at 28.9 pretty much. And we look at this guy. Okay, 4.2 on the max. It's good. See a difference, so that's a very high difference. So right now it's just balancing. So it's taking 56 watts balancing the system, which is good. Now I've found two problems with here. Alright, so I've labeled them with tape. There's a whole bunch of resistance. I'll make a separate video how to fix it, but I just use my multimeter and resistance testing all of them, so I've marked off all the different spots, which is pretty good. It's only right here. I think I'll go from the front end. Since I'm building a new one, there's no point in taking all the batteries out, then unscrewing all the screws and pulling it off and doing it on the back. So I'm just going to do it on the front and just do a front, zigzag to all along here, reinforcing it. Same with right here. I'll just do a zigzag with this wire here. Right, I'll just use it, zigzag, attaching all these, and then the same here, and I'll be done. And I can do it with only having to pull out all these batteries and all these ones. So just this hunk of batteries would have to be pulled out. You can solder on it live. There's no risk. Well, there's extremely minimal risk of shorting out, as long as you're not stupid. But anyways, I wanted to show you this thing, so we'll turn on the inverter. It's a little loud. The coil whine is loud from the MOSFETs. Should turn on a sec. So there we go. So now it's pulling 173. We'll plug in. So this guy here. I need to find a. Oh, there we go. Space heater. There we go. 900 watts. That will show something. 950, 960, 970. Let it get up to full power. Was that 50 something before? Yeah. Now the BMS is having to actually charge the batteries since we put a high drain on it. Well, it shouldn't have. Anyways, turn the lights back on. And that brings it up to 103. Then we turn this guy back on. And it'll bring it up to, there we go, 170 almost. Then we take the 1000 whatever watts, plug that in, and it jumps up to 264. There, that's what I wanted to show. So right now the solar panels can be pulling 270, but because of the balancing and the fact that the batteries are full, it can't do anything, right? Well, it's only doing 80 watts, but it was only doing 60. So just a test to show everything's working great other than those few issues, and I'll make a separate video on that. See, this thing's only pulling 873. That's because it's an inverter. It can't handle inductive loads. Actually, no, that's a resistive load. Ceramic. This is a ceramic heater. There's a video on YouTube explaining these heaters really well by that one guy that talks funny. But anyways, doesn't matter. The inverter is, even a pure sine wave one isn't perfect. The coil whine becomes far less with a higher load. Or maybe you just can't hear the coil whine as much. It's like a cricket chirp. It's annoying. Yeah. Alright. So anyways, yeah, see, we're up at 330 now. And then if we turn everything off again, right, should plummet all the way back down. And of course it won't, because we've been draining these cells a bit, so the balancer, can you even see it? Yeah, we've only dropped a few points. It's okay. But yeah, really good other than this issue right here and here, but that'll be a completely separate video. It takes way too much to explain. I just want to talk about this. The main thing is, does anyone know how to turn off this backlight? Because it's always on. Like, see? It's always on no matter what. Even if you cut power from the solar panels to it, it's always on. The only way is to disconnect the positive. The only way is to disconnect the positive lead. I've fixed the heating issue. That'll be in the other video about the FLIR thermal camera. But anyways, yeah. Does anyone know how to turn this off? I've looked up. Like, I've looked on Reddit, I've looked on YouTube, I've looked everywhere, and I can't find it. I've got the documentation here, and it's got nothing. The paperwork is right there for it. But yeah, if anyone knows, it'd be great. Everything else has been going, fine. Everything's been pretty okay. Cleaned up my workspace quite a bit. Put everything away. I spent quite a bit of time reorganizing and compiling all of my nuts and bolts and screws and little knickknacks into these three. Compiled them and this guy here. So it's nice. It's hard to get anything done when you've got a messy workbench. I threw out a lot of battery packs, cells. I've got a whole box. Where is it? I've got a whole box of garbage cells that I have to throw out. Oh, I think I already brought them upstairs. Oh no, they're right here. So all of these right here are garbage. So I'm going to make a video in the summertime blowing them up. So I'm going to overcharge them purposely outside and blow them up and see, make a video, fun little video of just blowing up batteries. Just for the hell of it. I was messing around with a few of these, and I kept getting really inconsistent numbers. 5200s and then 4600. There were some other ones that were really bad. Don't know where I put them. But they were all green. They were all this sickly green color. It was very frustrating. Oh yeah, they're all down here. So all these, every time I tested them on the Lido Kais, I'd get a different number, and nothing else has ever given me that issue. But yeah, I don't know what to do with all these. It's, it looks good, right? Yeah, looks good. Just cleaning up. My spot welder, one viewer, he suggested that instead of using the copper alloy legs, to use stainless steel. So I have to look into doing that, because those do not work for spot welding. And yeah, I think that'll be it for now. I gotta figure out what to do with this battery pack. It's all fully balanced. It's just been sitting forever and it's still at full voltage, so that means I built it perfectly because it sat for over a year at 4 volts, no issues. Nothing dropped. I'll show you. See, it's crazy. Like, I never touched it. I never did anything to it, and yeah, it maintained its balance, which I'm really happy with, because I was not happy with it. Look at that, 4.1, 4.1, 4.07, 4.09, right? All four cells are almost perfectly balanced. It's amazing. 4.2, just based off how you touch it. But yeah, all I have to do to this to get it fully finished and done is, I really don't like this wooden case it's in, and there's a buck converter down there that drops it to 12 volts. I have to pull that out and put this one over here in. I believe it's this guy. I think I have to put this guy into him. But yeah, I'll get back on track, start making videos. It's just the way things are right now. I felt it was more important to focus on other things rather than this. So hopefully things will get better, right? What can you do? But anyways, my biggest problem was there was too much junk everywhere. I had to clean up everything. I really like this device because I was able to rapidly test and verify functioning MOSFETs, which is amazing. I was even playing around a bit with this little light from a long time ago, that research that I did. Little light. Jewel ringer lights. It'd be nice to get that going again, because, you know, this one is not optimized. I bought a ton of LED lights of different types. There, it's loud because it should be only 1.5 volts, and it's running off 4 volts, so the coil is not tuned for this high voltage, and it gets this guy really hot. Normally this MOSFET will never get hot, but because of it's running at like double to triple its voltage, it gets too hot. But anyways, alright, hope you guys have, hope you guys are doing well and everything's good with you. If you're wondering why you haven't heard from me for a while or seen anything, it's because I'm shadow banned, because you know, you talk out against them and they shadow ban you, no big deal. Yeah, see, it's back down to 40 volts, even though, see if I, 36 volts. See, that's how much it's taking to balance it right now. So anyways, just thought I'd make that video and ask if anyone knows how to turn off the backlight. I mean, even if I have to do it physically by taking it apart and disconnecting a wire and then running the wire to a little toggle switch and drilling a hole, I'm willing to do that. But I was just wondering if anyone knew how to do it with just these buttons. But if someone knows how to do it the other way or has done it, that'd be great. All right, thanks. Bye.